Well, what's up, Gemini, and welcome to Firestarpassion Tarot. Before we get into your reading, you guys remember that energy is fluid, the roles can be switched, and of course, put yourself where you need to, just don't make things fit. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, join my family. If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. Gemini, let's get into your reading. In today's reading, I am going to be using the Sacred Hags Oracle. Now, keep in mind, Gemini, that you are ruled by the planet Mercury, right? Mercury is all about communication. It's all about thoughts. So clearly this energy is going to be hovering your reading today, right? It's going to have a lot to do with why things are the way they are with you. And for cross watch, you're dealing with a Gemini, you know, the reason Gemini is the way they are. Let's kick this off with going through the deck one time and seeing what comes out for you. Spirit, let's tap into the messages for Gemini, please. What messages need to come through for Gemini? Gemini, you received a really low amount of cards. You received 4 cards. 3 in the down position, 1 in the up. Being grounded by the Hag of Storms. It feels like there's not a whole lot going on in your life, Gemini, I'm gonna be honest with you, but that doesn't mean that what you do have going on in your life isn't important, right? Let's talk about this grounding energy first. With the Hag of Storms, number 9, 9 circle completion, right? Not necessarily the ending or the beginning, just the finalization of things, right? The wrapping up of things, right? It does come from chaos, right? It comes from the storms. So without the chaos of life, Gemini, without the storms, there is no happiness, there is no contentness. I feel like you haven't seen the happiness yet, and that's clearly having something to do with what you're inquiring in this reading. Do you hear that? It feels like my voice is going in and out. There's this weakness in speaking. There's this weakness in communication. Now, Gemini, I don't know if it's you or if it's your person. Again, that's where you're going to have to put yourself where you need to. Remember, energy's fluid. If I address the energy as he or she, I'm referring to masculine and feminine energy, which we all possess both. It's up to you to figure out when you're in your masculine, when you're in your feminine, and your person. Are they in their masculine? Are they in their feminine? The goal, right, with most relationships is to find someone balanced and to be balanced yourself, right? As within, so without, to attract someone balanced by being balanced. I just feel like whatever this is you're inquiring about is still taking place. It's still occurring, right? The chaos itself, the storms itself. I feel like it has to do with having something, being happy, and then it being gone. The highs and the lows, a roller coaster of love. So not only do you have this card that speaks on the chaos that you've encountered, the chaos that you're still living in, but your first card here, the Hag of the Salt Altar, is circling grief. And grief comes from loving something so much, desiring something so much, that when it's gone, it feels so painful, so empty. This does feel like it's circling a twin flame. I don't know if you see, you have the 2 candles on this side and the 2 candles on this side, right? I'm seeing 11, 11, the twin flames. This is a twin flame card for me. Number 12, 1 and 2 being 3, the journey, right? The journey of the twin flames, the grief and the passion. This is the grief, the pain of the twin flame journey. So clearly, universe wants to speak on that grief of your twin flame, the pain that you're encountering, the destruction, the chaos of this twin flame journey. There's a lot of love put into this. A very potent place to be, feeling lost, feeling struck by that loss. So the impact of that loss. And I feel like the only gift coming from this chaos, or the only positive thing that you can actually get from this chaos, is the memories of the good times, the memories of the love, right? The things that felt good. The only joy you're getting from this twin flame, the only joy you're getting from this relationship is the pain of the memories that no longer, right? The reality that's no longer there. Second card you're receiving, Gemini, is the medicine of the mist dwellers, number 51. 5 and 1 is 6. So again, this connection, right? You see the two different pathways here, right? Mirroring each other. Renewal, exchange, right? The pulling apart, the breaking of the bond, the dwelling, right? It feels like both of you guys are mirroring each other when it comes to what you're focused on, the healing process, the overcoming the pain, the overcoming the grief, both going within, right? Doing the inner work, the dark night of the soul, right? That dark journey, facing those shadows, facing those fears, facing the problems head on. Both of you guys have a lot of passion behind this, a lot of desire behind this. You're also receiving nectar of forbidden fruit. This is all about rebellion. There's a difference between rebellion and being a rebel. Being a rebel, you go through everything that you go through to make things change radically. There is reward with being a rebel, but when it comes to rebellion, not allowing, willfully forcing something that you know is good away. This card is number 43. 4 and 3 is 7. This is all about those problems, those fears. The fears from playing with fire and getting burned. I feel like somebody resisted one hell of a connection here, Gemini. I'm afraid of this because it feels too good to be true. So now it's a problem for me. For the final card you're receiving, Gemini, the Fern Forest, number 53. 5 and 3 is 8. Right? Thinking about this, contemplating about this, trying to figure it out, trying to overcome this problem of refusing something that's good, trying to face those fears. It feels like one person's fear in this connection, Gemini, is the fears of that fire that burned them, that passion, that desire for this person. And the other is facing that fear of maybe it's not too good to be true. Maybe it's really good for me. Maybe it was meant for me. This is the card of being a part of something that's bigger than you. The divine powers that be. The universe's mysterious ways. I'm getting rejection tied to this desire. Whatever that was, whoever this is, they deceived themselves. They wanted something that they couldn't have. It was a game initiated, a switch turned on. Something activated in this person because what they desired they couldn't have. They were told no, they were rejected. So it feels like this person is lying to themselves about what they really want, right? They're being blinded by what they can't have. Rejection. Feels like someone's holding back their true potential, persuading themselves to do something that they wouldn't normally do. I feel like the answer to this person's chaos, again, whether this is you, Gemini, or your person, you, cross-watcher, the answer to this chaos is creating boundaries and loving oneself to attain the love that's truly desired. And I feel like that's where this self-deception is kind of coming from, right? It feels like, oh man, I was rejected. That light, that switch was turned on. You're telling me no, you're refusing me, you're rejecting me, but I want this so bad. And it almost makes that want and that desire even more intense than what it really is, because it has more to do with a bruised ego, okay? Again, take it how it resonates. Don't come at me. But I feel like there is love still attached to this. So I feel like the synchronicities are like crazy with this card, again, where you guys are really mirroring each other here with the medicine of the mist dwellers. You're mirroring each other, but in completely opposite ways, which is very typical for the twin flames, right? One of you in the connection was innocent in all this. Right? It wasn't until that person was activated that reaction took place. I feel like the other person was ignorant. Just straight out ignored the signs, ignored the reality, ignored the truth. I'm going to pretend like I don't love you. I'm going to pretend like I'm stupid. And I feel like it created a lot of nonsense. So I feel like, again, you know, there's a lot of things here I'm picking up on this energy. I do feel the connection between you two. Again, I feel the love here hiding under this pain, under this grief. I feel the love hiding under this fakeness, this nonsense, this BS, this mask. You know, even though you guys are both on your separate paths here, Gemini, you're both wanting to look at each other. You get what I'm saying? So even though you're facing your own fears, these paths, these separate journeys are going to lead to the connection itself, where you guys can stare each other in each other's eyes, right? And express what one feels with no guard, with no resentment, with no regret. It feels like there's regret attached to this energy. It feels feminine, clearly, but it feels like a masculine feminine. I hope that makes sense. A feminine who's more in their masculine, more in their ego, more in their thoughts, because of what that fire, that passion, that desire did to them. I feel like the masculine is still in that ego, is still willfully refusing, is still trying to pretend and act like everything's okay. But the connection is still here. The guard is still here. But the synchronicities, like I said, are crazy. You guys are seeing the same numbers. You're having dreams of each other. You guys are actually connecting in dream state. I feel like spiritually you're connecting all the time. I feel like there's a lot of coincidences, and there can't be that many coincidences in your life, Gemini, without it being something bigger than you. I feel like the person who was ignorant, the person who refused, who faked what they felt, and I don't mean they faked what they felt for you, Gemini, or I don't mean that you faked what you felt for this person, Gemini. They faked not caring. They acted like they didn't care, but they did, or you did. There were things felt that were not expressed, not communicated, not shown. That's how this person blocked and hurt and rejected this person. I feel like this person was on fire. This person was glowing. This person was attracting, vibrating, radiating this desirable energy. But it was like this person just acted like they weren't even on fire, that they weren't even there, right? It was a very brutal rejection that I'm feeling with this reading, Gemini. It feels like an invisible breaking, you know? It's like, it's like feeling like it's a breakup, but nobody knew about you, right? An invisible breakup. It feels like you feel foolish, or your person feels foolish, Gemini. Like in Crosswatcher, you may feel foolish, right? It's hard to figure out who's who in this energy, but there's definitely this masculine energy and this feminine who's more in their masculine. So it feels like both are kind of masculine right now. And so there's an alignment there, right? Both of you guys are thinking out of pride, thinking in that egotistical way, the mind of maniacs, constantly overthinking. Both of you guys are in this mentality of I'm right, they're wrong. Again, it's weird because y'all are mirroring each other in alignment, but also not where the desired result is wanted, right? Does that make sense? Gemini, I'm also getting that this person, when they were burned by that fire, that passion, that desire, they were grounded. They were trusting what they felt, what their intuition was telling them, what the universe was speaking, what their higher self was saying. They were very clear. They were very consistent. I feel like this person, again, was the ignorant one and didn't realize that power, didn't realize that passion. I don't think it was, again, intentional, but I do think it was willingly ignoring it, willingly saying, I'm refusing this. It's too good to be true. When it comes to this being part of something bigger here, Gemini, the masculine who had the blockages, had the wall up, who was ignorant, who refused, who faked, who ignored, wants to be consistent in your life, dreams of being a part of something bigger, being in something better, more powerful, more aligned with what they feel, that same thing that they rejected, that they refused, that they ignored, right? Again, it feels like this was so powerful that even though they refused to see it, even though they willingly blocked it, they didn't intentionally burn you. There was no intent behind burning you. It was more of a selfish thing. It was more of a not even realizing what they were doing energy, Gemini. I hope that's coming through right. I feel like this person over here on this side, And I feel like this is the person coming through the strongest in this reading, is this masculine. Yes, this person is going through grief because what they felt was right. It was their truth. It was bigger than them. It was, again, it was something powerful, undeniable, and right. So again, the pain's there, the chaos is there for this person, but this person didn't see that. This person refused to see it. It's too good to be true. I'm just going to cover it up. Right? I'm just going to cover it up. And even though I cover it up, here I am facing my fears, realizing that I was inconsistent, realizing that I didn't see the truth, realizing that I juggled you, realizing that I pretended to be something that I wasn't, that I manipulated you. And I was willing to be stupid enough to let you go. Obviously, I want to get into the extended. I want to dive deeper into this energy. It is for my members only here on YouTube. Any of the tiers in the membership will give you access to the extended reading. So Gemini, with that being said, that is all I have for you. I love you very much. Namaste. Stay blessed, fam, and I'll see you next time. Bye.